Right now, in this exact moment, while you are carrying what they did, while it is living in your chest, reshaping how you sleep, showing up in conversations you are having with people who have nothing to do with it, they are not thinking about you, not the way you are thinking about them, not with the weight you are carrying, not with anything close to the intensity that has followed you since the moment it happened. And that fact, which you probably already suspected but could not bring yourself to fully believe, is one of the most painful asymmetries in human psychology. The person who caused the most significant disruption to your inner world is living in a version of that event that looks almost nothing like yours. This is not about whether they are a good or bad person. This is not about whether what they did was wrong. It was. This is about the neuroscience of how two people can share the same event and walk away carrying completely different versions of it. And understanding that mechanism, really understanding it, not just intellectually accepting it, is the difference between carrying this for another year and putting it down somewhere it belongs. The moment this video is built around is not the moment they hurt you. It is the moment right after, the moment they walked away from what they did. Because in that moment, while your nervous system was beginning a process that would take months to complete, theirs was doing something completely different. Research on the psychology of causing harm shows that the person who inflicts emotional damage activates a self-protective cognitive process almost immediately after the event. The brain, which is designed to maintain a stable and positive self-concept, begins reframing the event within minutes, not consciously, not deliberately, but automatically, the way it always does when the full weight of what a person has done would threaten their ability to function and think of themselves as a reasonable human being. They are not lying when they seem fine. They are not performing indifference. Their brain has done what all brains do when self-concept is threatened. It has found a way to make the story livable. Maybe you provoked it. Maybe it was mutual. Maybe it was necessary. Maybe you are better off. The specific reframe does not matter. What matters is that the reframe happened quickly and completely and left them holding a version of events that is genuinely neurologically lighter than the one you are carrying. And the gap between those two versions of the same event is the gap between how much space it takes up in their life and how much space it takes up in yours. There is a clinical term for this process. Psychologists call it the self-serving attribution bias, the systematic tendency to attribute negative outcomes to external factors and positive outcomes to internal ones. When someone hurts another person and the full cognitive weight of that damage is too threatening to integrate, the brain automatically looks for external explanations. You were difficult, the relationship was toxic, the timing was wrong, the circumstances made it inevitable. None of these explanations are necessarily false. Some of them may even be partially true, but they are selected for and amplified by a brain that needs to maintain its own integrity. And the result is that the person who caused the damage ends up with a story that distributes the responsibility in a way that makes their role in it survivable. Meanwhile, your brain, which does not need to protect you from the truth of what they did, because you were not the one who did it, has no reason to soften the story. So it does not. It holds the full weight of what happened with the full clarity of someone who did not need to rewrite it to keep functioning. And you carry that clarity like a stone, while they carry a version so lightened by cognitive editing that it barely registers as a weight at all. This is the part I want you to sit with. The intensity of what you are feeling is not a sign that you are weaker than them. It is a sign that your brain is more honest about what happened than theirs is allowed to be. You are not carrying more because you loved more. You are carrying more because you do not need to lie to yourself about it. And that is not a disadvantage. That is integrity. The kind that costs something in the short term and means everything in the long term. If you are waiting for them to carry what you are carrying, for them to feel the weight with the same intensity that you feel it, you will wait for something the architecture of their psychology will not allow. Not because they are heartless, because they are human. And human brains protect their owners from truths that would disable them. The question is not whether they will eventually feel it. The question is whether you're going to keep carrying it until they do. Some people have no friends and feel completely fine about it. Not because something went wrong, because something went very right. That is the next frequency. If this one reached you, stay tuned in.